Hey, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Powell Harrelson. I'm the law enforcement coordinator here at the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. We'll talk about a media plan. So we ask in our grants that you put in a media plan. We want the media to know what we're doing, what you're doing. So in your media plan, we want you to have explain the how, the when, the whom. The agency announced the grant and how much the grant is from and from our office. You must list the media sources. So don't just say that you're going to put it in the paper. We want to know that you're going to put it in the Cherokee Gazette, the Savannah Morning News. You're going to send it to WTOC, WMAZ, whatever news source you're going to send that to, we want to know that you're going to send it. You can also list that you're going to put it on your Facebook page. We know where social media is at today. We get a lot more bang for our buck from social media a lot of times than we do from regular media, so we're okay with that. We want you during the grant process throughout the year to give the media updates on where your grant is at. So if you have a seatbelt, as Jared used the example a minute ago, you know, you're going to do a seatbelt survey at the beginning and the end of the year. So at the end of the year, put in there that you did that seatbelt and that you reduced, or your seatbelt usage rate went up 2%, 5%, whatever it was. But during the year, if you're working on those type things and you have goals and objectives, we want you to tell the media about that also. Resource requirements is the next section. We need you to give detailed information in the resource requirement. If it is in your budget, it needs to be in this section. And we need you to tell us why you need it, who's going to use it, how it's going to be used. And y'all, and I'm not reading off the slides, I'm just telling you now, I'm just going from my brain. I've been doing this for 25 years, so describe any kind of training that they may need. So if you're a law enforcement agency and you put LiDARs in there, you need to put that all personnel will be trained to operate a LiDAR, or that you will be sending people to get trained to operate a LiDAR. You could include job descriptions in here if you need to. If you have project activities or enforcement hours like Roger's going to talk about later, you don't need to list that in here because you don't have personnel in the grant, all right? But anything that has anything to do with the budget, you need to list it in this section. Anybody got any questions about that? Everybody's looking sort of stone cold out there. Self-sufficiency. GOHS is not funding you, then how are you going to fund this project? Because in our grant terms and conditions, it says you will go on and continue this project. So we want to know what you're going to do to continue that project. So is the county commission going to fund it? Are you going to go to another grant source? Is the mayor going to do it out of the mayor's fund? How are you going to continue to fund that project is basically the self-sufficiency what we need to know. That it is important for us to know that. So if it's just going to become a regular budgeted item, then put in there, we're just going to put it in our regular budgeted item the year after the grant is done. So